Once upon a time, in a charming little village called Uro, there lived a woman named Kachi. Kachi was truly special. She created the most beautiful clothes anyone had ever seen. Her designs were vibrant and colourful, like rainbows after a summer rain. But what made Kachi even more remarkable was her kindness. Her smile, warm and bright like the sun, could light up anyone's day. Kachi had 3 daughters, each as lovely as the clothes she made. They were her greatest treasure, and she adored them with all her heart. She always made sure they wore the prettiest dresses, stitched with love and care. The people of Uro often said Kachi had a golden heart. She shared her joy and kindness freely, as if they were the greatest treasures of all. Sometimes Kachi would give away her beautiful clothes to those who needed them the most. Kachi is the heart of Uro, people would say, marveling at the happiness she brought to everyone. Her home was always filled with laughter and the rhythmic sound of her loom. Click-clack, click-clack. The sound echoed through her house as she worked tirelessly, weaving magic into every thread. Her daughters often played around her, sometimes trying to help, filling the house with even more joy. Villagers loved visiting Kachi, bringing her fruits, flowers and gifts as a way of showing their appreciation. Her kindness made the entire village a brighter, happier place. Even the birds seemed to sing sweeter songs, and the trees swayed gently when Kachi and her daughters walked by. Life in Uro was peaceful and filled with love, all thanks to Kachi's generous spirit. But one day, everything changed. While weaving at her loom, Kachi suddenly felt a sharp pain. She gasped in fear, and the villagers nearby rushed to help her. They quickly took her to the wise healer of the village, who spoke in a calm and gentle voice. "You are going to have another baby," the healer said. Kachi's fear turned into joy. She couldn't wait to share the news with her husband, Mazi, and her daughters. Months passed, and her belly grew rounder with each day. It wasn't easy, but the villagers supported her, just as she had always supported them. Finally, the day came. Kachi was in labour for 3 long days, and when the baby was born, the whole village waited to hear the news. It was a girl, a delicate, beautiful baby, with skin as pale as moonlight and hair that shimmered like spun gold. But the moment that should have been filled with joy was clouded by fear. The villagers whispered, for in their old beliefs, an albino child was seen as a bearer of bad luck. Kachi named her daughter Tina and held her close. "You are my little gift from the gods," she whispered. But not everyone saw Tina as a gift. When Mazi saw his new daughter, he frowned with worry. "This is bad luck," he muttered. "She cannot stay here." Kachi's heart shattered into pieces. How could her precious baby be seen as anything but a blessing? Kachi refused to give up on Tina. "She's our child, our little miracle," she pleaded with Mazi. Reluctantly, he agreed to let Tina stay, but under one condition. "I don't want to see her." His words crushed Kachi, but she promised herself that she would protect Tina no matter what. Tina's sisters didn't know how to feel about their new sibling. They heard their father's words and noticed the villagers' whispers, so they kept their distance. This left Tina lonely, growing up without the warmth of her family's love. Despite it all, Kachi worked harder than ever. She poured her heart into her weaving, hoping to bring back the joy that once filled their lives. But the whispers grew louder, and the villagers who once adored Kachi now avoided her. They blamed Tina for every misfortune. If the crops failed or the rain didn't come, they pointed fingers at the little girl with pale skin. Through it all, Kachi never stopped loving Tina. "We will show them, my little moonbeam," she whispered to her daughter. "One day they'll see how special you truly are." As Tina grew older, the isolation only deepened. The other children in the village wouldn't play with her, and their mothers would call them away whenever Tina approached. "Stay away from her," they'd warn. The whispers turned into open stares, and Tina felt the weight of rejection everywhere she went. At home, things weren't much better. Her sisters, afraid of being associated with bad luck, stayed distant. Kachi tried her best to keep her family together, but Mazi grew more resentful with each passing day. He blamed Tina for everything, and his coldness filled the house with tension. Despite the pain, Kachi held on to hope. She called Tina her moonbeam and encouraged her to learn the art of weaving. Tina's hands proved to be as skilled as her mother's, creating fabrics so beautiful they seemed almost magical. But outside their home, no one cared about Tina's talent. They only saw her pale skin, and their fear overshadowed her gifts. Tina often sat by the window watching the world pass her by. "Mama," she asked one day, "why don't they like me?" Kachi's heart broke. "My child," she said gently, "people fear what they don't understand. But remember, you are deeply loved by those who matter." As Tina grew into a young woman, her strength and kindness remained unshaken, but she couldn't ignore the loneliness that consumed her. One evening, with determination in her eyes, Tina told her mother, "I need to leave, Mama. I need to find a place where I belong." Kachi's heart ached, but she saw the resolve in her daughter's eyes. She knew this day would come. "Go," she said, her voice filled with both sorrow and pride. "Find your place in the world, my moonbeam." And so Tina left Uro, her heart heavy but her spirit unbroken. She traveled for days, crossing rivers and hills until she arrived at a new village. This village was different, peaceful and welcoming. To her surprise, no one whispered or stared. Instead, they greeted her with smiles. Here, Tina began to weave again. Her fabrics, filled with vibrant colors and intricate designs, amazed everyone. The villagers saw her not as different, but as an artist with extraordinary talent. Tina, for the first time, felt like she truly belonged. Word of Tina's weaving spread far and wide, and soon her life was filled with happiness and success. She made friends, attended celebrations, and felt the warmth of a community that cherished her for who she was. Tina's journey, once filled with pain, had led her to a place where she could shine unapologetically. Years later, Tina returned to Uro, this time as a confident and accomplished woman. She was no longer the girl they whispered about. She was a beacon of hope and strength. Standing before her mother, Kachi, she embraced her tightly, both of their hearts full of love and pride. Through her journey, Tina proved that true beauty lies in love, kindness, and resilience. And her story became a lesson for all. Never judge someone for being different, for everyone has a light within them waiting to shine.